you're not even 40 yet. Like, in other words, from 40 to 50 is your, I say, key window to get rich.
Yeah.
How'd you figure out how to start making money before that? Is it always just hustle?
So I think it comes from two places. It's pleasure or pain, you know, having a tougher childhood, seeing my parents work hard, come here not knowing English, and then that drove me to work very hard, not having everything I wanted. So I think there was always pain in the back, like I don't want to go back to that, don't want my kids to have that, I want my family to be, you know, free. Then you run towards pleasure, which is, you know, financial freedom, being able to get in a plane. I come to this office right here, one of my favorite offices I've ever seen, you know, this HQ. Like, I want an HQ like this. Like, that's in the forefront of my mind. I also don't want to be broke and don't want to struggle and don't want to worry about money. So that's always in the top of my mind, and you got to keep that in the forefront of your mind. So I think that was a gateway, is purpose and drive. But people say they have purpose and drive, and then they come in and they're like, this client, it was a shitty call, and then they walk out early, and then it's like, you don't have purpose or drive, dude. Like, you come out here and, like, I look at your eyes, you don't got purpose and drive. Like, you know when somebody has purpose and drive. You look in their eyes, you're like, that's a killer right there.
How do you train that?
You could, you know, spark a flame, but you can't light the fire under somebody's ass. They gotta wake up in the morning and know what they want and get to it and then act on what they want. Meaning, if what you want is up here, then all the bullshit should be down here. But if your life, all the bullshit is up here and what you want is down here, then like, if you're letting all the small shit phase you, then your why and your purpose doesn't weigh that much. So put it on a weight scale. What are your actions and your behavior every single day? And then how much are you driving towards your why and your purpose?
Every single time I leave my house now, like, I gotta have a conversation subconsciously with myself and say, is this worth leaving the comfort of my home? Because I barely get to spend time in my home.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, we were going to Top Golf this weekend, and I'm like, I suck at golfing. I can't hit a ball. This place is in Auburn Hills. It's an hour away. My twin's getting a babysitter, putting Eli at my mom's house. I'm like, I would rather be at home and not go to this outing. They ended up changing the outing to bowling, so I'm gonna go because they changed it for me because of that. But it's seriously it. It's like, you know, there's a lot to accomplish and there's so much time. So at least that's what I've been going through, is I have this much time in a day. What do I focus on from all these projects? And what do I push? Because you just gotta prioritize and figure out what's the most important.
Kids changed the game, man. Congrats on twins. And I know Eli's a big man now, so the time that you get to spend with him is immeasurable, but it does change how you have to leave the house or not leave the house. I get it.
And then you're trying to push things over here and figuring out what to push and what to do. Because focus is so powerful, and I don't think people really understand how important it is. Like, if you really want to push the envelope on something,
you're not actually doing it wrong. You just don't believe in what you're selling. You don't really know the product or service that you're selling, how beneficial and important it is for somebody inside of their life. And that's what you have to fix first. Once you fix that weird feeling, the annoying feeling, the burnt out feeling will all go away, because what you're doing actually means something. And start focusing on your product or service. What are 3 to 5 things it does for somebody in their life? So start thinking to yourself, what are they stuck with? What are they afraid of? What are their pains? What are their pleasures? And how would those things change if your product or service appeared tomorrow? And how would their life look after your product appears next month? And how would it look next year, and in 3 years, and in 5 years? And how could you really paint that vision? First, you have to seek to understand that vision, and it changes your whole perception on your sales rope. If you were really in a funk and you're coming to work and you're not happy waking up, you're not happy coming to work, you're not happy speaking to people, you're not happy when you're going home, do you truly believe that you're grateful? Do you truly believe that you're focused on gratitude? The answer is no. Because if you truly woke up in the morning and you're like, man, I'm grateful for my body, man, I'm grateful for my kids, I'm grateful for my wife, I'm grateful for my brain, I'm grateful that I'm alive, like, anything could happen any day right now where I won't be here. I'm grateful for this house, the air condition, the heat, the clothes. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful that I have a job. Like, if you truly, deep down in your heart, were grateful for everything going on in your life, do you think it's possible to be assed out or in a funk when you get into work? It's not possible. So that means that you need to focus on gratitude and stop with the false gratitude. You think you're grateful, but you're not grateful. That's false gratitude. Yeah, I'm grateful for everything I have. You're not really grateful for everything you have. So what do you do to eliminate the funk? Is you wake up every single day in the morning, you close your eyes, and you truly be grateful for everything you have. How do you truly be grateful for everything you have? We'll type in Tony Robbins gratitude meditation. It's a 5-minute meditation that you can do every single day that'll show you how to unlock real gratitude.
So you forgot about what you were fighting for and the finer things and raising that bar. So for anybody that's in a slump or comfortable, maybe you need to remember, what's the next step for you? How could you raise the bar in your life? And that comes with goal planning and reading your goals every single day and remembering that I'm here right now, but in 60 days I could be here, in 100 days I could be here, in 200 days I could be here, in 500 days I could be here, and continuing to remind yourself of where you're headed, what your purpose is and what your goals are, which I think are important.
You know, Ace, I think the toughest thing, and I've been through some tough things, I think for me the toughest thing I've ever had to go through is the day after hitting a goal. And the reason being is I'd fight so hard to hit that goal, I'm not focused on what's next. And once I hit that goal, I'm celebrating, I'm happy, I'm excited. And the day after, I'm like, okay, what now?
Yeah, you're back to zero.
Exactly.
Which is, you know, it's a mind fuck for salespeople. You have a great month, next day you're at zero. Great month, next day you're at zero. You're constantly rebuilding yourself. And that's why I say every single day I wake up like I'm broke. Every single day, it's day one of day one. Doesn't matter what happened yesterday, what happens tomorrow, it's all about today. And if you could give your all every single day and then live like that as a lifestyle, it's no longer about last month or next month or this year or last year. It's just about, I'm gonna give my all today. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'm gonna wake up and give my all today.
But why is that?
Because I'm driven and I know my purpose and I know what I'm fighting for. I keep telling my people the same thing, like, look, these trainings are great. I'm always blabbing my mouth and giving you guys sauce and telling you guys what to do, what you should do, recommending books, recommending podcasts. We watch videos together, but ultimately none of that matters. It's really the application of that stuff that really matters. So if you could be a master applier, that's actually more important. I think if people could become a master, like, I heard this, it sounds good, I'm gonna do something with it right away. I'm gonna schedule to do something with it right away. I'm not gonna let it leave me right away. Because for the majority of people, that information leaves right away. You think about, you know, TikTok and scrolling down your feed. Sure. Let me ask you a question. What's the last 5 videos you watch on TikTok? Tell me what they are right now. You can't remember what they are. I don't remember what they are. Yeah. You know why? Because information zooping so fast. Sure. Right? But if I see a good TikTok that I like the video, and then I put a reminder, Siri, remind me tomorrow morning to make a video regarding that TikTok video, and I put it in my schedule. So I think that's what it is. It's writing it down, planning time for it, and then executing on the time that you plan for it. If you could do those 3 things, every time you hear a good idea, write it down, then schedule some time to think about it and create something from it, and then actually do it when that time comes. Boom, you're a master applier. Those are 3 steps right there. The number one trait that I've seen every single high performer have in sales is they treat their time like oxygen. They're obsessed with it. They're moving through life almost as if they're going to war with the clock. Is time gonna take over them, or are they gonna take over time and make the most of it? And if you take my day of 10 hours and somebody else's day of 10 hours, you'll notice there's like a 90% efficiency here and like a 50% efficiency here. And I think that is the biggest separator. Like when you go to all these companies, I do consulting and coaching, and I know top performers. I was a top performer everywhere I went. This is that oxygen that people are looking for. This is that 1% that they talk about. The people that you can't really get in their way because they know their goals, they know what they want to accomplish, and they're gonna get it done hell or high water no matter what happens, because these people are driven, they're focused, they want to get there. And they show that they want to get there. You see, a lot of us say that we want to get there, but we don't show that we want to get there. We don't have the urgency that we want to get there. We're not dominating every second of the day like we want to get there. We say we want to get there, but our phone's more important sometimes. Going out and eating lunch and taking our time's more important sometimes. Playing games is more important sometimes. Making a phone call at 9 in the morning that you shouldn't be making is more important sometimes. Texting and being in a group chat is more important. Like, you get what I'm saying. Why are these things more important sometimes? It's because your goals and your priorities are not straight. You say you want something, but you don't do the work to get there. I say I want a 6-pack, but I eat McDonald's. What does that mean? That means that, like, I don't really want a 6-pack. I just, oh, it sounds good. It's like, oh, that'll be cool. But in reality, I'm nowhere near ready. I'm not in the mental state yet to even accept that I could have a 6-pack because I don't want it bad enough. That's what it is. I don't want it bad enough. Because I don't have a 6-pack, so I think I don't want it bad enough.
When I think about my work every single day, probably for the last 20 years, man, since I was in distribution sales and I was going gas station to gas station, I would do like 12, 13 stops a day while the average salesperson in my company did like 7 or 8. I would double the revenue, I would build relationships. I was always on the go. Moving into mortgage banking, I had the most talk time every single day. I would smoke out my headset and get another headset. And then when I was leading, same exact thing, blowing out headsets, blowing out directors and activities. And now running the company and consulting, every single second of my day is always maximized. And I ask myself, why? What is that? What is that trigger I have inside of me that makes me like always drive, always drive, always drive? And I think about a few things, you know, I think about my childhood. There was pain, there was wanting of pleasure, there was growing up struggling. What did that mean for me? That meant for me that I don't want a life of pain and struggle. I want a life of pleasure and I want a life of making it. And that stuck in my head. Then there's the present moment. And I think of not being satisfied, being grateful but not satisfied. Like, yeah, God bless, you know, thank God for everything I have. Alhamdulillah. But I know there's more. I'm still chasing more. And why is that right now in this present moment I'm happy but I still want more? Well, it's because I'm not satisfied yet. This is not where I want to end. This is not where I want to stop. And I also know that we have an age limit. You know, a certain point, hopefully we live long, healthy lives, we die, but by the time I die, the timeline that I have, there's a lot more I need to accomplish. So right now I'm on that timeline, and I need to keep moving on that timeline. And then I think about the future and the goals and the vision and the dream and the why and the purpose. You know, retiring my parents was great, retiring my wife was great. Now it's about building a legacy, traveling with my kids and getting to enjoy the time with them and moving around country to country, state to state, and really doing what I love. Like, that keeps me going because that is more important than my phone. That is more important than playing games. That is more important than sleeping in. That is more important than leaving early. That is more important than going out to eat lunch. I'd rather just fast or eat a quick lunch here. So I don't know the exact answer. If I knew the exact answer for you, I would be a billionaire because I'd have a bunch of high performers with me at all times. And I tell you, every single company, there's only a couple of these people there. They don't really exist like this. So I guess it's for a few reasons. It's, how was your childhood? And what do you take from that childhood and bring with you to today? How is the present moment in your life? Are you satisfied? Do you want more? Are you hungry for more? Are you content with where you want to be? And what are your goals in the future and the vision? What does that look like every single day? And then how do you connect it back every single day to your actions and the way you move? Within the first phone call that you have with somebody, you should already know all their objections that potentially could come out because you're a good active listener, and you should squash those objections throughout your conversation or throughout your presentation because you got to know the client in their life and you know why your product or service weighs more than their objections. Meaning, if you tell me, hey, do you have any upfront costs associated with your consulting? And I tell you, yeah, we do have upfront costs associated with my consulting. It's $997 to get started. But like I told you, once we do our trainings and we revamp your sales and help you with your leadership, you're gonna make triple that investment within the first 30 days, so it shouldn't be an issue. Squash, pivot, move on. Now, instead of running away from that objection, I actually answered it, squashed it, and moved on. Look, why is this an issue? We're gonna make a lot more money than the $997 upfront fee. Shouldn't be an issue at all. Let's squash it, let's move on. Your product or service has to weigh more than the objection. So when somebody says, I want to think about it, what I would tell them is, hey, like, look, from everything we talked about so far on the phone call today, you told me that you wanted to increase your sales, right? Yes. You told me that you also wanted to better your leadership skills, right? Yes. You also told me that if we could get you running your team in a more effective way, getting them motivated, you stop losing people and you stop being stressed out, right? Yes. Okay, beautiful. So we thought about it together already. The next steps are super simple. And then you close. You see what I did there? I reiterated the goals and the emotional benefits of the client I'm talking to help him close and show him you really don't need to think about it. We already thought about it together. A lot of times salespeople who are in ruts or in a funk is because they've forgotten about their purpose. You're coming into work, you're kind of in the same motions every single day, but you forgot what you're doing this all for. And then again, you might think that, yeah, I know what I'm doing this all for. I'm doing it for my family. You're not truly thinking of doing it for your family if you're in a funk. You have to understand that. If somebody says, I'm boxing to be the world champion for my family so I could retire them and I never have to box again, then they go into the ring and they're like, man, another day I gotta box. I don't even think I'm gonna win. Are they really boxing for their family at that point? Is that how you fight for your family? You're not fighting for your family. So a lot of times you're underestimating your purpose. You're underestimating what your purpose really means to you. You're underestimating why you woke up this morning. You're underestimating what you told yourself last year, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when you were growing up, what you wanted to do, what you wanted to be. You're underestimating that feeling of purpose, what it actually means, and how it connects you back to today. So what do you do to stop this? Every single day you wake up and you close your eyes and you visualize your purpose. And you say, this is where I want to be. And if I want to be there, what could I do today to connect me to this is where I want to be? This individual here that's in a funk, what are things that I shouldn't do today that are not going to connect me to this is where I want to be?
If you have 10 guys, you want 3 or 4 of them to be your gangsters of sales. You want those guys. Those are the money hungry guys. Those are the guys fighting for first place. You should be having sales contests. I say if people don't like their numbers being public, terminate them immediately. Because guess what, guys? Sales is not a private thing. It's a public thing. And I talk about how much I hated being put on the rosters when I first joined teams because I would be at the bottom and I wasn't a smack talker. I wasn't cocky. I was very quiet and I kept my head down. And I was also outnumbered, and I never let that bother me from a female male standard. But I just always had that competitive thing in my head, like, just watch me, like in my head, I'm going to rise up, through the ranks and I would, fight my way forward. You need 4 of those guys. You need 3 guys that are steady eddies, that are like in the middle. They're going to give you your consistent average number.
Guys and gals, it's not really about being successful in the career that you're in or in the job that you're in. What it's really about is just being successful. And just take a minute and just think about that for 1 second here. If you're a successful person, it doesn't matter where you go. You could throw me in a sales job. You could throw me in the restaurant business. You could throw me in an athlete on a court. Doesn't matter where I go. If I'm successful, I'm going to be successful anywhere. So when we talk about your job and what you're doing in your school and all you have, it's not about being good at work or being good at school or being good at the family. It's about being good in general. And once you could change the concept of your thinking to just being successful, not in this field or that field, but just in general being successful, then you'll be successful in everything. Think about it this way. If you were to leave here today and go start a business, who's the first 5 people you would call? It's probably the most 5 successful people you know. Because those successful people, it doesn't matter what kind of business you're starting, you could take them with you because they're known to be successful. They're lions, they're wolves. Wherever you throw them, they're going to find success. You throw them in the woods, they come out leading the pack. That's the successful mentality that I'm talking about. So it hurts me to see some people out there that don't treat their jobs right, or don't treat their school right, or don't treat their wife right. It's not about all those things. What hurts me is they're not treating themselves right in their life. And that's going to reflect in everything they do. You see, if you look at life like a chess game, all you have to do is not be a pawn. And right now, 70, 80, 90% of people out there are pawns. They go and they live the motions, and they go day by day. And they don't try to get better, they don't grow, and they don't execute on things. But you gotta be queen. That's the whole goal here. This is all a chess game, it's a chess board. Be the queen and not the pawn. And you know what, if you can't be a queen, be a rook. And if you can't be a rook, be a bishop, be a knight. You get what I'm trying to get to here? It's not about your job, it's not about your relationship, it's not about your school. It's about being successful, it's about being a queen, it's about being a valuable piece in life. Your life has purpose, you're a valuable piece. People could call you, people will take you with them to start a business because you're known to be a lion, you're known to be successful. And that's what it's about. So I want you to go out here today, and if you take anything from this, don't be a pawn, be a queen, and execute on everything in your life, because if you're successful in one field, you're successful everywhere. That's all I got for you.